One. All right, what's up, guys? I'm here with a great friend and client of mine, David. David has been through the program, has gotten some awesome results. So I just wanted to bring him on, ask him a couple of questions about his experience in the program. So David, I appreciate it for coming on. Tell us a little bit about your situation before starting the program. What was your biggest struggle? What was your current situation like? And what brought you to the point that you said, hey, I would like to have some help?
I'd say the biggest struggle that I had with it was probably consistency. That was probably the biggest thing. There was really nobody there other than myself to hold myself accountable. So the little lapse of tracking food and stuff, you might forget to track this or that, and then so that was kind of one of the things, or you might decide to skip this workout and not try to finish it up, the next day or whatever it was. So the accountability was probably the biggest thing that helped kind of get me on track for consistency.
Yes, yes. What was your situation like weight-wise and in terms of your physicality before joining the program?
I was about 225, 227 pounds when I started. Right now, today, I'm probably at like 209. But in defense of that, I lost a whole lot of body fat and probably put on somewhere between 10 to 15 pounds of lean muscle mass.
Yes,
easily.
put on a ton of muscle, man. It's like we always took measurements. So it's very good for some people to see. Sometimes it's not just the weight goes down, but the whole body composition changes, because with David, he lost a ton of weight at the start and then the weight stalled. But what we did is we always took measurements and we saw that the arms were going up, the chest was going up, the waist was going down, right? Leg size, so in terms of body fat, went down, right? So sometimes it's also the measurements that you got to take track of to see, okay, what extra results are coming in. So he put on a ton of muscle mass, lost a ton of fat.
3 inches in my shoulders. I mean, just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Absolutely crushed it. I love it. Cool. So that said, accountability was the biggest struggle for you, consistency. What would you say in the program, like 1 to 3 things that were the most helpful for you to get that consistency in place and to get the results that you eventually have right now?
I would say one of the biggest ones was probably taking pictures, because even though you see the scale, maybe it's not moving the way you think it should be, but you take pictures over 2 weeks and you're like, holy crap, I can see the difference. It's something that you can't really tell in the day to day because you don't really notice it, and people around you don't really notice it when they see you every day. So when when you're showing off with no shirt and everything else, and you really take those pictures, you can't lie to the camera. It's either you didn't change or you did change, and you're going to see it one way or the other. That was probably the biggest thing. And then the second biggest thing was, as soon as I'd start to kind of get off track with tracking food, you were right there going, hey man, start tracking again, start tracking. So that was probably number 2. And probably the other thing was learning some new exercises. When something just didn't feel right to me, you were able to kind of go, all right, well, let's throw this in there instead, or let's try doing this instead, until you found kind of what worked for me. So those are probably my 3 biggest things.
Yes, making it work and getting the accountability, right? The pictures and also the numbers don't lie, right? The measurements never lie, the numbers don't
they
lie.
never lie.
Like facing the real deal. I love it, man. So yeah, so we already kind of talked about it, right? Just a little deeper, maybe. What would you say is your situation right now after the program in terms of results, in terms of how do you feel? Just walk us a little bit through that.
I mean, results wise, I've got the start of a 4-pack, which is the first time since I was like 19 years old. I'm 37 now, almost 38. So that's been exciting. Stamina's definitely up. Strength is up. Even confidence in myself is better, knowing that, I'm getting the results that I want. Like I said, the biggest thing was consistency and being able to keep track of everything. Something that, I lack it. I'm not good with paperwork. I'm not good with the admin of stuff. So having somebody hold me accountable to that stuff is definitely made all the difference, I guess.
I love it, man. Love it. Very good. Very, very good. And it's also like you do it, and once you do it once, right, then that knowledge that it works and you can do something, I feel like that's very, very valuable to a
Right.
lot of people, right? Because a lot of people don't believe that they can actually do it. And then once they see the results coming in, it becomes very obvious, and then it becomes like more self-sustaining, right? Because once you
Right.
see and you can do it, then it's like, hey, I actually like to do that stuff, right? Because it's
Right.
working, and then people end up doing that on their own. And it always comes down to, after a while, um, don't have to hold people accountable that much anymore. I'm obviously gonna come in and hold them accountable, right, if they screw
Right.
up, but I can always see that you started to pick it up on your own, right? And you started to become
Yep.
very, very self-sustaining after a while, because you saw it works, and the results motivated you to continue with it, which is super awesome.
Right.
So
That's really, I mean, that's what I agree with the most is like I said, once you start doing the program, then it just falls into your habit of doing the program. So it's something that once you start seeing the results, it's completely repeatable, and you know exactly, this is what I got to do. This is what I got to do. And so it doesn't really change. And that's
yeah,
what's nice about it. It's completely
it,
repeatable.
it's the confidence that it works, right? And that is
Right.
also like where I'm sometimes saying, hey, look, I don't care if I eat something that I like right now, because it's no problem. I know that I'm not gonna gain weight, because I know exactly how to basically take care of myself and handle it, right? And it gives you so much more
Right.
freedom than if you would just be on a keto diet or something like that.
For
And
sure.
if you eat a piece of bread, you're gonna be off it for a month or something like that, and you screw it up.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Awesome, man. So last question I have for you. Let's say, so I obviously talk to a lot of people every day. Some people are on the fence, right? Now I always want to ask people who've been through the program, your experience, right? Um, if you would have to talk to somebody who's on the fence, who needs accountability, right? Who really wants to change, but he's just not sure about the program. He's like, oh, I don't know about the program. I don't know about Neil. We met on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever, right? As somebody who's been through the program, what would you tell a person like that?
I would say if you're looking for accountability, there's no better person to try to hold you accountable and say, hey, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, get on it type deal. And it's not in a mean way. It's just in an accountability way that he's gonna hold you accountable. And I for me, like I said, that was really the biggest thing that I needed, was someone to say, hey, no, this is, you're not getting in all your exercises, or because life gets in the way. It does. Life gets in the way, but you have to figure out how to make time to take care of you. And that's something that, you have someone pushing you in your corner going, hey man, you got to get in the gym, you got to figure it out. Or, hey, you got to track this food. I know it's busy, but you got to track it. That way you know what you're doing. Otherwise you don't know what you're doing. So, and that accountability for me is like, okay, so it makes it easier for later on, because you get the results to hold yourself accountable for it. You're like, well, I know I got to stay accountable. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to being the same old me again. So that's kind of the biggest thing I can say is, like I said, for the accountability side, you were great. Like I said, it wasn't too pushy, but at the same time, it was enough to make me go, oh yeah, oh yeah. So,
Yeah, getting back to it, man. I love
yep.
it. All right, awesome. So you've heard it, right? If you need somebody in your corner, I'm gonna push you guys. Obviously, I'm not gonna ring your doorbell and break your door down and say, hey, go to the gym right now. I'm not a drill sergeant. It's always the right measure to hold you accountable and to get you to become your best you at the end of the day, right? So if you see this video, you're interested, right? You want to get in shape, you want to learn this stuff so you can be self-sufficient, you can do this stuff for the rest of your life, and you watch this on Instagram, Facebook, go ahead and shoot me a message saying 40 pounds, and we're going to set up a call, free call, where we're going to look at your situation. We see how I can help you best, and at the end of the call we can see, is it a good fit working together, is it not a fit? Either way is cool with me. because at the end of the day, I already helped you, right? So hit me up saying 40 pounds and we're going to set something up. If you see this on the website somewhere around this video is going to be a schedule link where you can sketch yourself a free discovery call where we do exactly the same, right? So go ahead, set up your call or message me on Facebook or Instagram. And other than that, David, I appreciate you for coming on again. I appreciate you for crushing it that much in the program, man. And the future is definitely bright. Keep crushing it, keep going, and we're out.